Okay, hi everyone. My name's Christina. I am the Region 1 representative for the Northeast. We're so excited to have you guys here for our officer training and really look forward to covering a lot of great material. Here I have my regional representative from Region 1, 2, 3, 7, and 6. So we're really excited to be here with you guys this evening, and thank you guys for taking the time out. And then I guess, perfect. Today we're going to go over the portal programs, the budget, engaging your members, officer meetings, as well as member meetings, officer updates, and then there'll be time at the end for question and answer. So we're here to answer any questions you guys might have. All right, so we just kind of did this. My name's Christina McCoy, as I said. I'm actually manager here of member engagement. I work primarily with the Northeast region and do a lot of support with our programs and events.
So we're gonna have to switch.
Are we gonna go around?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. In a second, you hear from your Region 2 representative.
Hey guys. Ooh, ow. I'm Andrew for Region 2. The Mid-Atlantic region, which covers all of DC, Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia and Delaware. I believe I have Sana online for VCU and Favor from PGCC, and there may be some more. I'm not sure everyone, but welcome. You hear from me soon. Next.
Hey everyone, it's Alyssa from Region 3. I cover the Southeast region, and just thank you all for attending, and I'll actually be going over the budget, so I'm pretty excited about going over that. And just wanted to shout out to a couple of my officers. I see Kayla from University of Miami and Abigail, so just want to tell you all hello, and any other officers from Region 3, thank you for coming.
Hi everyone, I'm Kiera Joyner and I'm the regional representative for Region 7, which includes California, Hawaii, Washington, Oregon, and Arizona. I'll be going over the officer updates and the importance of reading and opening your officer update emails. And thank you all for joining us, and shout out to Region 7.
And of course, save the best for last. Hi, everybody. I am Clarissa Gibson, and I represent Region 6. So that includes Nebraska, Colorado, Illinois, North Dakota, South Dakota, all those fun states. Today, I'm going to be talking about the difference between members in the officer board and effective ways to communicate. I'm not sure who is on from my region, but if you are out there, Region 6, hi, talk to you soon.
Alrighty, and I am back. So right now, the first thing we're going to actually go over is the portal. I know that there's a lot to learn about the portal, as well as, sometimes some issues with sending out emails or actually kind of knowing the process. So we're going to kind of go through step by step how to send out an email, go over kind of your profile page and what's there, what lives in your chapter page, as well as activity reports and the resources tab, which pretty much has everything you'll possibly need as an officer. All right. But I think this is your profile, right? I can't quite see it. Okay, yeah. So this is my profile page. This is where you'll find your general information, information on your email subscriptions. Mine's blank, but you're actually able to kind of go in there and fill out the information so that it's completely correct. Since NSCS is a lifetime membership, we do encourage you, once you do graduate and become an alumni, to still go on there and update that information so we always have the most up-to-date information. And the next, this is information that's specific to your chapter. So here you'll find information regarding your chapter, your Facebook page, or anything along those lines. So, if you ever have, members that are interested in kind of figuring out how do I switch my email or make certain changes or anything like that, this is, they would go to my profile page or my chapter, depending on if they have to transfer or anything like that between chapters.
Do you want to tell them if they want to enlarge it, they can click the bottom for them? Can you tell them that?
Yes, and if you'd like to enlarge this, you can actually click the bottom here in order to enlarge
They
it.
can't see that. On the okay.
Yeah, so if you look at the PowerPoint,
Right.
the PowerPoint to my right, and look at the bottom corner on the right-hand side, there'll be a place where you can expand it so you can see this larger on your personal screen. All right, so now we're going to go into sending emails. So there's actually a two-part process to sending an email through the portal. So when you first come on, use myself, you're going to click on My Chapter. When you click on My Chapter, you're going to click on Updates and or New Update. And so you would actually then click on that, and it will take you to the next screen. Once you've done that, you'll have the opportunity to kind of put in your subject and what you'd like to send to your members. And this would, here you'd also choose what audience you'd like to include. So if you were going to be doing something for your new member induction ceremony, that would be a time where you would say to your new members or to all undergraduates, or if you're interested in contacting the alumni, you can also send it through this medium. All right, so then once you do that and you complete your whole message, you choose who you're sending it to, you come and you press the Save button. So once you save, they save a draft of this for you, and you actually have to kind of continue on and go back in, and it'll take you to this next page. And so here, this is where you can either edit the document here at the top right-hand corner, or at the bottom where I have circled it, it'll say schedule. Sorry, my eyes aren't that good. Schedule to send, and but once you push schedule to send, that email will send out to all members or whatever the audience that you choose. And this is your chapter resources page. This is where you'll find pretty much all of the information that you can possibly need for any NSCS programs, any budget questions, pretty much anything having to do with NSCS, any type of STAR status questions, you'll find in the resources tab. So it's pretty much always your go-to if you guys have any questions, or if you guys don't see something there you think should be there, definitely let your regional representative know and we can work to get that on there for you. And this is your chapter management. So this is when things don't particularly fall into, let's say like Advisor Appreciation Week or budget or anything along those lines. This chapter management is where you'll find things more like if you guys are interested in going to our accepted vendor list, or if you guys for some reason while re-registering need the chapter constitution, or any other thing like that. It's on the chapter resources page, but specifically under chapter management. The next slide will go through everything that you can find on the resources tab at this time. And so yeah, so right now this is just a complete list, and this is a PowerPoint that we could definitely send to you that you can share with your other officers or anything along those lines, just in case there's any confusion regarding where to find what. This is what you would find the majority of anything you would need to be an NSCS officer.
Sorry, next.
Okay, and so here also under my chapter, you will find the activity report. Activity reports need to be filled out for any general body meeting, any officer meetings, any Go Geek activities, really anything you guys do as a chapter or as a group. We would need to have an activity report. This is very important when it comes to STAR status calls, which I'm sure several of you have either scheduled or are looking forward to scheduling here in the next couple weeks, because this is actually how we internally can track what you guys are doing on campus. All right, and so this is the PACE organization tab, which is also under the My Chapter portion of the portal. So here's where you'll find PACE organizations. So on mine, I know we don't see any PACE organizations, but if your chapter had worked with a PACE organization in the past and submitted it through the portal or let your member, your regional representative know, then this could actually have different PACE organizations that have already been worked with from your chapter to kind of give you a start on developing your PACE program. And then I just want to pop up here to the benefits tab. This is a tab that all members and officers have. So as you can see, there are several different categories, but this is where you can let your members know of where to go find benefits.
Do you want to talk about benefits?
We don't really have time.
Got it.
Oh, sorry. And this is the scholarship tab. This is the tab that will let you know, how long scholarships are going to be open for, what scholarships have currently opened. If you'd like more information, there is also a scholarships tab on the NSCS website that'll actually kind of go further detail when it comes to all open scholarships and all scholarships that will be coming open, that will be available soon. And so if you'd like to just know more information about what scholarships are coming up or which ones are available in the spring, you can go to the NSCS website and click on scholarships, and it will give you all of that information.
Next.
All right, and so so this is just a quick overview of, so we're kind of moving on from the portal onto our programmatic side of it. And so just in case all of you guys didn't know, we have 11 signature programs. This is them here right in front of us. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go over any specific ones, but if you guys have any questions toward the end during the question and answer, please feel free to ask any questions regarding programs. We'll be happy to answer.
Sorry, next.
Whoa. All right, so now we're going to move on to Region 3 and speaking about the budget.
The longest route ever.
You really did. All right, guys, it's been great talking to you. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hello, everybody. So I have the fun part that everybody always has the questions about that they like to talk to the regional representative, and that's just discussing the budget. So I just wanted to let you know how you all get chapter funds. You're eligible for chapter funding in the fall and in the spring. So let me get my paper. Okay. In order to receive fall funding, your chapter must have an induction scheduled. You must have your IAP complete. IAP consists of making sure that you're registered on campus as a student organization. And you also must turn in your budget. Your budget is this form that we have in the PowerPoint. This must be completed. So you don't necessarily have to fill out everything to the T, but you just need to estimate, like, where do you think your chapter will be spending its money during the semester. Your regional representative will contact you and let you know how much money your chapter will receive in the fall and the spring. And now that we're coming up on the spring semester, in order to receive funding, you must complete the budget form again. So you have to do it each semester. And then you must turn in EMI. And EMI consists of eligible member information. And this is how we are able to invite new members to be a part of NSCS. This is something that we will be contacting your advisor for. So if you're part of Region 3, I did send that email out to your advisors today. So you might have some type of communication with them. But basically, this is where the advisor talks with the registrar, and we'll get the list of students who are eligible for NSCS who have a 3.4 GPA or higher. Okay. This handout right here, this is the check request form. So if you have chapter funds, or say if your chapter doesn't have any funding at that time, and you use your own personal money to buy something for the chapter, whether it be for your induction, a tabling event, you're going to fill out this check request form, and it'll have your information. We can either mail you a check, or we can use direct deposit, and this is where you would fill out that information. You would fill this out, and then you would turn it into your regional representative along with the receipts, and then we will process it on our end, and then that's how you can get your reimbursement for your funding. This is very important right here. Each chapter can only do two check requests for the year. So a lot of times chapters will do it once in the fall and once in the spring. So if you're looking for a reimbursement form, and contact your regional representative. Oh, and the receipts are very important. You must have the receipts for any type of purchases that you've made. And although we do believe you that, you used your money for something, but we have to have those receipts for everything. and the processing for it takes 2 to 3 weeks. Next. Okay, thank you all. Like I said, if you have more questions about your chapter funds, we can talk about it at the end, or you can contact your regional representative and they can assist you. Have a good night.
Hi again, everyone. I am going to dive into the officer responsibilities. So first, we're going to get into communication. So because this is a student-run organization, majority of our communication is through to the officer board. So it's up to the officer board to relay the information that whatever we're talking about, relay that information to the members. So as Christina previously stated, benefits and scholarships are all found on the portal. I know we get tons of questions from members saying, what's the benefit? Why do we join NSCS? You can also direct the members to their own portal, but before officer meetings, officers, it's completely fine for you to log onto the portal and see what benefits and see what scholarships are currently open, and then that's something that you can discuss to the members. Also, as far as communication, you can relay communication through your Facebook, through the chapter's Facebook, through the chapter's Twitter, through the chapter's Instagram. And it's very important when you're relaying messages to keep the golden rule in mind, which is to treat others how you would like to be treated. So I know you guys are busy and we completely understand that. But if a student has a question about something, we generally want you to have a turnaround time for about 48 hours. Just even if you don't answer their question, you could either forward it over to your regional representative, and just your response to that member can be, oh, hey, great question. I'll direct you to your regional representative and they can answer your question. But just some type of communication to that member who's asking your question is just greatly appreciated. I'm sure you want us to answer your emails, so the members would like you to answer theirs as well. Can you go back? Event execution, officers, it's up to you to get that started. Like, of course, on the portal, we give you all of your resources that you need. It's up to you, not your advisor, to set up committees, to communicate this to the members, to have the program, whether it's the induction ceremony or whether it's Advisor Appreciation Week, to get that ball rolling. Administrative duties, as Alyssa said, if you guys need to submit chapter request form, that's your responsibility. If you guys need to turn in the IEP form, that's your responsibility. So things, any types of forms that need to be submitted, that is up to you, officer. And also, we like you to be knowledgeable about the deadlines, which we'll inform you of. Also, back to as far as communication, when we're speaking about email, of course, I said keep that golden rule in mind. We get a lot of emails saying we're not receiving emails. Our emails tend to go to spam. So definitely before you say you're not getting your emails, check your spam. And even if members are coming to you in the office meeting saying, hey, I'm not receiving anything, tell everyone to check their spam first. And if there's nothing in the spam, have them check their email preferences, which can also be found on the portal under chapter preferences. Under chapter preferences, that's where you can check that's where you can change your email preferences. You want to make sure that you're receiving officer emails. You want to make sure that that's checked. In meetings, again, you can, whatever that we're relaying to you officers, you can relay that information to the members. Definitely use that. Use your Facebook, like I said, use your Facebook, use your Twitter, use your Instagram to post meetings, to send out reminders, to motivational Mondays, whatever is going on this day and age, everyone's using some sort of social media. So just make sure you post that in all the media pages that you're using. And if students aren't, make sure you tell them to like the page. So if you're University of Northern Colorado, make sure you're telling all your students to like the page so they can get the notifications as well.
Next.
So here's what I was telling you about your email preferences. If you look on the top right,
If all of those boxes are selected, that means that that student received all those types of emails. You can unselect whatever you don't want to receive, but at the least, you want to make sure that you're receiving chapter emails.
That's it.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, save them for Q&A, and I'm more than happy to answer them. So here is Andrew.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to hit next. Hi guys. I don't know. So hi, I'm Andrew from Region 2. I'm just gonna play around with the setup right now as we're broadcasting, just so that a few technical things. But I hope everyone's evening's going well. I'm really glad that you're able to join us tonight. I'm here to talk about meetings. Key changes. Great. So meetings they're supposed to be held. We encourage you to hold them at least once a month. It's an opportunity to bring all of your current members together and talk about any exciting events that are going on, and service projects, and just an opportunity to really come together and meet one another and make sure that everyone stays involved. So what you see here is Virginia Tech's PowerPoint presentation that they've used for their general body meeting. And a lot of people ask how to keep their members engaged. And what Virginia Tech does, and I'm sure a lot of you guys and other chapters use, is a point system. So if you hit next for me, I'm just going to go over briefly over what they have for this PowerPoint. So they recently had their induction back in October. This was their introduction. They went through all of their officers and welcomed the new members. Next. So this outlines how to be an active member according to Virginia Tech. So they needed 10 points to be an active member, and this is broken down how each individual member can receive those points. Next. This is an example of all of their social activities and events that they had going on. So an opportunity for you guys as officers to really highlight those social events that are available to them. Next. PACE, also PACE activities going on. Next. And community service. This is just a general overview. Yep, all community service. We also have an example of a general body meeting on our YouTube page, and we can send that to you within the next 24 hours. Next. Oh, so another question. Great. So now I'm going to let Sana from VCU, who is the chapter president, briefly talk about how she holds her general body meetings. Switch, and then spotlight. And then swap broadcast. Wait, swap.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sana, and I'm the president at Virginia Commonwealth University. So this is my first semester here as president of NSCS. So the thing is, we have 20 general bodies every month, and to keep our members involved, we have a point system as well. So we have 2 members come to our general body meetings. So 2 general body meetings per semester, followed by 2 service events and 1 event of your choice. This could be another general body meeting, it could be another service event, it could be a tabling event. So that's a total of 5 points. And if there's anyone that is unable to make it to a general body meeting, what we do is that we accommodate them. So if they're able to make it to only 1 general body meeting and they need 4 more points, we can allow them to go into another community service event. That moderates everything out. And so we need 5 for every semester, so the fall and the spring. And then they can also be eligible for their graduation board that way. So that's how that works. And we have an average of 30 people come to our meetings, and our basic run through is we come in and we have a sign-in sheet for them, so everyone signs in. And once that's done, we have a PowerPoint presentation, much like the one you just saw in the example. And that PowerPoint covers all the service events we have planned out for that following semester, mostly those that are recent and will apply to their point system for their electrical. And we talk about those. We talk about previous events and how they have done well, so that they're encouraged to come to more of our meetings and participate more in our events. So that's another helpful factor. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 2 general body meetings. I think it's a way for people to really catch up. Those that are not able to make it to the first in the month, they can come into the second and just learn about everything that they missed in the first meeting. So I highly recommend you do 2 general body meetings if it's possible at all. But that's pretty much it. I'm sure you all can hear me. All right, Andrew?
Yay, great. Thank you, Sana. Coming up next is Kiera. And I'm
Hi guys, I just want to briefly talk to you about officer updates. So I'm the one that send you guys those annoying emails every week, which have now transitioned to bi-weekly emails. So I know you guys are very happy about that. So I hope you all like our new outline of our officer updates. It's not the little boring emails, just bullet points anymore. So I just wanted to talk to you about the importance of opening and actually taking the time to sit down and read those officer updates. We try to make it a little fun for you now, like little motivational quotes and different pictures so you can see what the other chapters around you are doing. We put everything that's going on in the national office in there, all upcoming deadlines. Sometimes we even shout out chapters for some of the accomplishments they had. We have all types of spotlights. What happened? Oh, okay. We put spotlights for the NLC in there, and we also have all information about your regional representative. At the bottom, you see all of our gorgeous faces and our social media handles. So just like Mr. mentioned, if you haven't been receiving emails, make sure you go to your preferences in the portal so you can start receiving those emails. Anything else I need to head on?
No, just the important stuff.
Okay, well, just make sure you read those emails and reach out to your regional representative if you are not receiving those emails. All right, bye, guys.
All right, and I'm back again. Okay, so I'm just going to go over a few quick announcements that we have here in the office, and then we're going to go into our question and answer portion of the this webinar. So I'm just going to let you guys know that if you look in the bottom right-hand corner where it says raise, that's where you can raise your hand and
just type the question. Go to pick ask.
Okay, so if you have a question, please hit the ask button and it'll actually notify our administrator here and we'll be able to go through those questions as we get them in. So you guys can start asking questions now. I'm just going to make a couple of announcements since we are going to be wrapping up here in the next 20-ish minutes. So one really exciting thing we have going on is next week on December 8th at 8 p.m. we'll be having a very similar webinar, but it'll be hosted by Steve Laughlin, the CEO and founder of NSCS, and it'll be regarding ScholarCon. We're so excited for this year and know it's going to be the best year yet. A couple of other announcements we have regarding benefits and things of that nature is Gifted Hire, which is our career service partner. So at this time, everybody should have received an email from Gifted Hire with their login information. So I encourage you all to definitely go on there and make sure that you guys are filling out that profile. They will provide you with not only a place where you can find employers that are looking for NSCS members, but also resume and cover letter assistance, as well as a bunch of visual aids that will really assist you as you're trying to find your next internship or career opportunity if you're graduating.
Oh, do you have questions now?
Yeah, and so now we're gonna look at a couple of questions and address them. Yeah, and address them.
All right. So first question is publish. Go.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So it's a good question. Thank you, Gary. So the way that things work internally for us, we do work in. Okay. Yeah, we do work in cycles. So once you receive your scholarship application, it has to go through a full process internally, which can take a bit of a lengthy time. We are working on that internally regarding the administrative, and they actually have to review others, but if you're actually rewarded a scholarship, like I think right now the Star Award scholarship, we're looking to have released here in the next week or two, but I would say once you receive your notification that you have been awarded a scholarship, I would give it about a month. Yeah, about a month or so, like 4 to 6 weeks in order for us to get into our system, process it, and get it over to you. And depending on if you do ACH, which is direct deposit, or you do a paper live check, would vary that time as well. Yeah, I definitely recommend that you do direct deposit. If for some reason you're not receiving that information following from this call, we will definitely provide you some of the main contact information for some of the stakeholders here. So just in case you can't get in contact with your regional representative, or you have a question specifically for getting your scholarship reward, you can go directly to them. Okay.
Okay. We're gonna talk about PACE now.
Okay. All right, PACE. PACE is planning to achieve collegiate excellence. It is a NSCS program that we encourage all of our chapters to participate in. There's 3 different portions to this program, which the first one is mentoring, so that would be going down to a local high school, local elementary school, and volunteering to do some mentoring hours. Another option is doing an assembly, so that would be working with some of your local schools and things of that nature. So that you're able to kind of go in and kind of just give them a little day in the life of what it's like to be a college student. And then lastly, we have our college day, which is a really large day that we encourage for the members or officers, chapters to invite middle school, high school students to actually come onto campus and spend a day in the life. And so we do have some alternative PACE ideas. So if you're not able to go to a high school or an elementary school, you can always look up the local Boys and Girls Club. Or if you're an online chapter, they do have online tutoring and mentoring opportunities that if you're interested in, you could definitely reach out to your regional representative. We could help you get those processes going.
Sorry.
Give me one.
Publish. There we go.
All right. For NSCS founders only. About that on the scholarship list on the. Oh yeah, we do have a founding scholarship. Yeah, we do have a founding officer award that is awarded every single year, and so it's for our officers that have found that chartered the original chapter on their campus. Once that scholarship becomes available, it'll actually be an officer update, and that's another reason it's so important to read your officer updates, is because that's where you learn about a lot of the scholarships, benefits, and things of that nature that also need to be communicated to the members.
Talk about Jared Box and Scarlet Pony.
Jared Box. Okay.
Jared Box.
Oh, okay. So I was actually going to get to that. So with Jared Box, we're really, really excited. We've had a lot of wonderful submissions. Right now, 2 regions, I can't exactly speak to it yet because it's actually going to be announced next Friday, are in the running. We're actually still accepting Jared Box submissions. So if you have not submitted your Jared Box submission, please do so as soon as possible. The submissions will close this coming Monday. And if you're unfamiliar with what Jared Box is our service month activity that we just finished up in November. And it's where we had our chapters actually create awesome boxes. Yeah, awesome boxes for, of toys and things of that nature that they would then take to their local hospital for children.
Wait, sorry.
It's okay.
This one's published.
So updated, how do I update it? So this actually brings me to a really good point, kind of in dealing with the portal overall. So if you're not seeing them updated, I would check with your regional representative to make sure that they're correct in our system. Once you've done that, unfortunately, we've just had trouble with the portal. And so if you're ever having issues with the portal, whether it be sending out emails, doing an activity report, or anything along those lines, or you're not seeing the correct view that you should see as an officer, please reach out to your regional representative with a screenshot of the actual error message or just showing them exactly what the issue is. And then we work with our third party that actually maintains that website to resolve those issues.
Cool. Oops.
Yeah, so you actually have to apply for a tax ID, and we have all of that information in order to assist you. So reach out to your regional representative and just ask them for that specific tax ID. And that's also necessary if you guys are going to do any fundraising or anything along those lines, unless the specific company can write out like a check or something to your chapter that you could then send into the national office.
Tell them to, if they don't know their tax ID, if they have one, to the previous officer board. And if they don't, then they have to apply because we don't carry their.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And so if for any reason that you guys have already obtained a tax ID, I would try to reach out to your previous officers to see if they still have that tax ID. If not, unfortunately, you would have to apply for a new tax ID form. Yeah, because we don't provide that information. So it actually, but we have all of the information in order to help you and your chapter apply.
Jeez. Region 3. Who's our regional rep?
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, come here, Alyssa. This is actually a regional representative here, Alyssa Stevens. She's also a manager of member engagement.
Hey, Kelly. Ask me.
There's not too many.
Enter the com data one.
Com data?
Yeah, there's a
Hold on, it's coming. It's coming back.
Could you tell us?
All right, I'm having trouble accessing how much we have on our chapter card. I'm gonna see how much we have. So yeah, if you're actually having trouble, you can reach out to your regional representative, but you should also be able to call on the back card and provide the PIN, which for everyone across the board should be 9999. If you're still having issues, you can definitely go to the customer service side of Comdata, and they can provide you more information to make sure that in the future you'd be able to access it. But if you're just having difficulties, you can always reach out to the regional representatives, and we can check with our check in our system.
Yes. And also with Comdata, you can set up an account with them so that way you can keep track of how much you're spending, just like you would do your regular bank account. So that's one thing that chapters do need to get familiar with is your chapter credit card. Make sure you're using it as a credit card, because a lot of times if you go into the store and you use it as a debit card, it'll automatically stop, stop usage. So the chapter card is to be used as a credit card, and once you register the card, like Christina said, the PIN is 9999. 4 nines.
Which one? Oh, this one. There we go.
Yeah, so for the induction season, actually this is a great question as we are kind of coming to the end of the induction season. So as we're starting to prepare for the induction season, just kind of as the full cycle, so looking into next year, around April or May, we would ask you if you're able to confirm a room, which is the most important part of the induction process. It's making sure that the space is reserved and approved by the institution. Outside of that, outside of that, sorry. For officers, you guys would guarantee that you guys would have your 2-week check-in call with your ME coordinator to make sure that everything is going along the way that it should be for the ceremony. You would find all of the information. So all of the information for induction ceremony is located on the portal under chapter resources, and it has a full section of new member induction ceremony. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, as an officer, you are in charge of creating the induction ceremony. So you're going to be the ones that are going to meet with the school to get the room, to get the catering and everything together. For the induction ceremony at the national office, we actually provide you with a script. So it's not like you have to go off the top of your head with anything. We have that provided for you so you can read off of it and make sure you're practicing. But the induction ceremony is one of the most important things about NSCS. It's very prestigious, and we want our members to, feel like they're accomplishing something because you have that 3.4 GPA or above. And the induction ceremony is that time to recognize you. So we want to make sure it's special. And if you are an online member, we do have online inductions, and you can actually use platforms like this. I do have some chapters that use Adobe Connect for the induction ceremony, but we have it set up for them as well. Online members, unlike our ground institutions, they will actually receive their pins and their diplomas in the mail. And if you go to a ground institution, you will receive your pin at the induction ceremony. So you make sure you let your members know, it's important for you to come to this ceremony because you are receiving that benefit. You are going to be honored. In NSCS, we actually send out the invitations. We use Eventbrite for our induction ceremony, and that's where you're able to register, just RSVP for the ceremony, just kind of like you did for Shindig. And it'll have all the information, and then that's where parents or friends, family will be able to know where they can go for that event.
Yeah, talk about
I always tell my chapters also that if you think of certain positions have more responsibilities than others, you should look at having a co-officer for the position. Mm-hmm. And also, if you can't meet physically, make sure you're using GroupMe, different types of social media, so that way you're all able to get the communication that you need to one another to make sure the chapter is running well.
Back to Jerry Box.
So, if you guys took pictures of that, because
yeah, but they need to fill out the Google form.
Yeah, so I think what would happen is that you just have to fill out the Google form, and we can send that out as a follow-up to this conversation and this webinar. But yeah, you just fill out the information, and it would just kind of ask what hospital you sent it to and everything along those lines. And just to kind of clear it up, Jury Box is our Service Month project, but we just really appreciate everybody that is participating in any type of study.
Sorry. Oh, that's make them. James got another question.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. It could still be open. So depending on the deadline, so just to give a little bit of perspective on scholarships and how many submissions we get hundreds, if not thousands, of submissions for our scholarships. And so through the reviewing process, we actually typically use alumni or people within the office to kind of help go through the different applications, but it does take quite a while. So I would say once you submit a scholarship, I would think to wait about 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm going to check with our scholarships department to get a specific timeline, but about 4 to 6 weeks to allow for the review process, and then for the review process and to be notified.
Right. And Jen Castillo, who is actually over the scholarships department, you can always email her if you have a question, or you can email your regional representative, and we will get you into contact with Jen if you have a question about a scholarship that you applied for.
Not really.
We're going to wrap.
All right, if there's any last minute questions, definitely feel free to submit them over right now. We're going to finish this up here right around 8 o'clock. I really want to thank everyone for taking the time out of your day. I really hope this was helpful for you. We definitely would love to hear your feedback. We're definitely going to plan on having more webinars to be more engaged with you guys as our officers and, valued NSCS members.
Hi, Regent 6.
Oh, wait, how do
Thank
I?
you, everybody.
Okay.